Hello and welcome to the Amy
and Kyle
Adventures podcast, also known as the AK podcast. This is a podcast where we talk about all things marriage, mental health and movement. And in our house, the movement is mainly cycling, sometimes a little bit of running. Sorry we didn't do a podcast last week. I was away in America visiting my sister who's running out there, and Kyle was at home laying bricks, weren't you, Kyle?
Yeah, left me in the lurch, doing all the garage extension.
Yeah, you were, actually to say, done quite a good job, but we've still... You know, how many months in now? Are we 4 months and we've still not got a garage extension?
We had it dug out in December.
Okay, December,
February.
3 months. So garage extension is still
ongoing.
Done.
No, it's nearly done.
Is it?
Literally roof tiles coming Friday.
Yeah.
So it's nearly there.
But then we've got the whole inside to do. I don't want to think about that yet. Anyway, we don't want to start off on a negative. Chester's here too, and he's all of a sudden decided to get really hyper. So if you can hear any little pitter-patter feet, that's him. Yes, Chester, I know. Go on, lie down then, please. Oh no, he's now leaning on me because he wants a stroke. Anyway, last week, we'll talk about what we've been up to first, I think. Is that how you want to roll this out, Kyle?
No, you can roll it out.
Okay, I'll roll it out. Basically, we've literally just got back from a dog walk. We just went to Tesco because I did the food shop at 6:15am this morning before work because I had a training session to do after work. And I forgot to buy the staple milk. So we had to walk to Tesco with the dog.
Which is a staple in my diet.
Yeah, Kyle drinks probably like... How big are the pint?
I probably drink a cow's worth a week.
You probably drink like 4 pints a week at least.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
No, probably 6 pints, I'd say.
But with cereal and stuff and things like that.
Yeah.
I don't think that's too bad.
You're basically a walking cow.
Yeah.
You were lactating at the weekend.
I've got udders.
Well, at the weekend we went on a ride and he had a lot of sweat under his... moob area.
That was more because I wore far too many layers.
Maybe it was cow's
milk. On a relatively warm day.
Maybe it was cow's milk coming out your man boobs.
Should have collected it.
But yeah, we've had like quite a busy time recently because I went to America last week to see my sister, which was really, really fun, but it was with my family. If you've seen the YouTube video, there's one word for it, chaotic. But it was really nice, but I think, yeah, I've just felt really busy and it's nice to be at home and be back in routine. Because while I was there, I loved it, but I did struggle a little bit with... I think I kind of realised that I've been struggling a bit more with food than I thought I was. Like, if you know my background and stuff, I've had an eating disorder. And I thought it was, at bay and all good. And I do eat enough and I'm a healthy weight and all that, but I think I'm, like, comfortable at home with you, Kyle. I'm, like, knowing what I'm going to eat and having my set meals. And I'm always the one cooking because I like to be in charge of it and knowing what's in it. And in America, it was quite a lot of eating out and my dad cooking. And yeah, I just found it really hard. And I did end up crying at one of the meals. So it wasn't really great. But
you like routine as well, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, basically, it's like funny now. But like I ordered a meal and it came and it just wasn't what I expected. And it looked really greasy. And there was like it just looked really oily. And I just had like a bit of a meltdown where in my head, like the old eating disorder thoughts came back. And I was just like, I can't eat that. I tried to eat it, but I just couldn't do it, and I started crying. It was really embarrassing. I went to the toilet, composed myself, went back, but I just couldn't eat it, and I had to... We found this really nice cafe in the day, and it was open, like, late at night. It was, like, an organic, my sort of cafe, organic. I'm not a vegan, but it was vegan. And they did these really nice rice bowls, so I got that on the way home, so I still ate enough, but it was just annoying that voice in my head came back a bit, so it's kind of made me realise that I want to tackle that a bit more and work on it, but... It's like a balance of, because I've got so much going on at the minute, like we're training for the big ride in July, where I'm riding every stage of the Tour de France, plus the transfers. I feel like a parrot when I say that, because people keep asking what I'm doing, and I keep saying that. So it's like a balance of wanting to challenge myself, but also not wanting to put extra stress on myself, because I want to, make sure I do that and not be too stressed out.
Calmness is key.
Yeah. But I think also because you weren't there, Kyle, and you... helped me quite a bit with my eating, more than I realised.
Also, I'm probably more of a calming influence in your family.
Yeah.
Because your family is chaotic.
There wasn't much calmness. I mean, my dad was... If you've not watched Fenton, which I met a few American people, my sister's friends, and they'd never heard of the Fenton YouTube video. If you've not watched it and you need a bit of a pick-me-up, Google Fenton right now, pause the podcast and do it because it will give you a smile. Basically, it's in Richmond Park in London. This man is just filming like the deer and having a nice peaceful time. And then in the background you just hear this, Fenton! And there's this man, like, this dog just runs across and there's this man chasing him and his dog is just chasing all the deer and he can't control it. It's just hilarious. But yeah, my dad was shouting Fenton in the middle of the street and all sorts, so it was chaotic.
Yes, that's typical your dad.
Yeah. But on a positive note, like, I am much better than I used to be. Like, I never would have even eaten out at cafes or anything. I still do that. And I'm a healthy weight. Like, it's just that I have these ideas about food that maybe I need to work on a bit. But I think we all have things we need to work on in life.
And at least that's good to recognise.
Yeah. Like, before, I wouldn't have recognised it and I wouldn't have wanted to work on it. Whereas now I'm in the mindset of wanting to work on it. But I listened to a really good podcast today, actually, a Fern Cotton one, the Happy Place one. And it was saying how we all have so much, like, expectation on what our bodies should look like and what we should, we feel like we should meet this ideal, this perfection ideal that there isn't, it doesn't exist. Like, if we all ate exactly the same and did exactly the same, like, all our bodies would be different. And I think, do you ever struggle with that, Carl, with, like, your body? Because I know people have made comments about your weight, haven't they, on YouTube and stuff?
Yeah, but lucky I just laugh it off because I don't really. I think everyone thinks about it sometimes, maybe, and be like, oh, I could probably work on that. I don't know. I don't really struggle too much. When people make comments, that doesn't bother me. I work on the building site for a living, so got quite thick skin.
Yeah.
It does make me think sometimes if you say that to the wrong person who hasn't got that same resilience, it's not very nice thing to say to people.
Yeah, because I know you laugh it off, but do you actually... Do you ever, like, think it, or do you generally just laugh it off and you don't care?
No, I generally laugh it off.
That's good.
The only time I think about weight and stuff like that for myself is if I feel like that'd be better for me.
Yeah.
People's comments won't affect me.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, but it is true, like, people don't think when they make a comment about someone's weight, even if it's, like, not a nasty comment. I think sometimes if you've had an eating disorder, or if you've got one, any, like, comments around food or what you're eating, yeah, you tune into, whereas I think someone without an eating disorder doesn't. Like, you can say, oh, laugh it off, or if someone said that to me, I think I'm much better than I used to be, but it does play on my mind more. Like, if someone says, oh, you're eating all of that, like, they're not meaning it in a mean way, but once I had, like, a big meal and someone was like, oh, wow, you eat all of that, and then in my head I'm like, oh my god, I'm eating way too much, I shouldn't be eating this.
I think personally though, I think people's need to comment is just pointless. There's no need to comment. I wouldn't go up to someone and say, oh, you're a bit on the big side, or...
No.
Do you know what I mean? I don't feel... Why do people feel the need to comment?
I know.
No, it's not affecting them.
No.
So don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about things that are nothing to do with you.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's so common in sport, though, isn't it? And in cycling especially, like, so much around weight and, like, weight to power and all that. So
typically, but I think that's changing in a more positive direction.
Definitely. I think... Or, like, through speaking to people that have, like, been ex-pros and stuff, I think there used to be this idea of, like, it was seen as a good thing if you could go on a long ride and hardly eat anything and be like, oh, all I'm drinking is water and, I don't use carb drinks and I don't eat every hour or whatever. Whereas now it's, like, more recognised that you need to fuel your body. And it's not, like, something to be proud of to go on a ride and hardly eat anything. Because only one way you go in there, mate, Bonkville, a.k.a. bonking, having no energy.
More science has backed up the claim that that's not productive.
Yeah.
That's not going to help you get better or improve your performance in the long run.
It's going to make you weaker.
What you're going to do is fatigue your body and make you weaker, really.
Exactly. And that's how I, like, battle those eating disorder thoughts. Because, like, I do so much exercise. Like, I think I do, like, at least 20 hours a week, don't I, of training.
Yeah.
So I have to eat a lot. So I enjoy my peanut butter because that's, one of my luxuries in life. I love my peanut butter. Literally, the other day, I had a bit of a meltdown about peanut butter. Because I thought I'd been eating way too much of it. Like, I get through it so quick because it's just so, it's so good. And I was like, I'm not buying peanut butter anymore. I eat too much of it. And then I was like, no, that's an eating disorder thought. I love it. It's good. Healthy fats. It's yummy. Good recovery, good protein. So, yeah, I kind of have to battle that. I feel like at the minute I'm battling it a little bit more, but I'm not. Whereas before I would listen to those thoughts and not eat. Now I've got the thoughts, but I'm not listening to them. It's just that they're there. So I've recognised it and I've got you, Kyle, so...
The voice of reason.
Yeah. I wasn't actually going to talk about that, but just kind of spilled out.
And here we are.
I feel like I'm in a little therapy session. Kind of forgetting people...
I'm just there listening.
Sorry, Kyle. I'm kind of forgetting that people are listening to this.
Yeah.
But anyway, other than that, yeah, it's just been really busy recently, hasn't it? But we did a really nice ride at the weekend. We did 200k. First 200k of the year. And if you're from the Derbyshire, Yorkshire area, if you've not been to... I always say the cafe wrong. What is it, Kyle?
Bankview Cafe.
Bankview, I always want to call it Daleview. It's in Langsett, and it's painted like a polka dot because it's where the Tour de France went through one year before me and
Maybe
Carl
like
got in.
2017. I don't
Yeah,
know,
before
way
before we
our journey.
cycled. It's a really nice cafe, cyclist friendly, and there's a lovely road leading up to it. If you like hills, that
Called
is.
the Shrines.
The Shrines. And one of the hills is called Deliverance.
It delivered me.
Yeah, to hell.
Yeah. I was in a world of pain going up that.
To be fair, I was editing the YouTube video today, and I had to wait for you at the top, which is it's just rare occurrence
We just
now.
spoke about weight. That suits the lighter climber because there's only one way gravity's dragging you, and that's down.
Yeah, I had to wait for you at the top, and it's quite funny when you get to the top.
It's not very often now that Amy has to wait for me at the top of hills.
No.
But that was like steep.
I think you hadn't fueled, you hadn't eaten enough.
It was getting to that point of the ride where I was a bit like
Underfueled.
fueled, yeah.
You had to have an emergency gel, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not purposely either. I didn't purposely underfuel.
No.
I just thought sometimes it can be quite easy to unpredict when the cafe is and not fuel enough to get
Easy
there.
to unpredict? Do you mean easy to predict?
It's not easy to predict, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Is unpredict a word? You made one up? Or he's yawning? He's tired?
Sorry about that, it's been a long day at work.
Yeah.
No, I meant predict. I don't know if unpredict is a word.
I don't know. Hey, we learnt a new word though, didn't we?
What?
Lance. We learnt.
I knew what lance was.
Well, I learnt a new word at the weekend because I bought Carl some sweets from Tesco. I feel like we're advertising Tesco here because we've been there so many times. And you know, like strawberry pencils, strawberry laces. I didn't look at the packet. I just got the Tesco own brand ones because they're cheaper. And Carl got them out, and I was like, wait a minute, why does it say strawberry lances? Well, it's because obviously they can't use laces or pencils or whatever because they'll get sued.
Well,
But I'd never
even
heard.
if that's the case, though.
I don't know, they just call them strawberry
Pencils
lances.
not-
I'd never heard of a lance, so I asked Siri what it was, and it's a jousting stick.
Can I just point something else that's a lance?
Yeah.
The thing on the end of the jet wash.
What?
That's a lance.
You what?
A lance on the end of the jet wash. It's like this thing that sticks out the end of the jet wash.
Is it? And there's Lance Armstrong as well.
Yeah.
Lots of lances.
That's not an object, but yeah.
No, but it's a thing. So yeah,
Well, it's not a thing,
we learnt a
it's
new
person.
word. But anyway, there's no jousting going on. Actually, there hasn't actually been any jousting going on this week. No arguments, really.
So far.
So I was going to say, what's our argument of the week? But I can't actually think of one because I've been in America. We can't argue while I'm there. There was a 5-hour time difference, so we didn't really speak much. What did you get up to
We
while I was
spoke
away?
when we could, but it was just weird timing.
What was it like having the house to yourself?
Well, I'm going to act all manly now and pretend that I didn't miss you. But realistically, I did. It got a bit boring up to day 2.
What did you do on day 1?
Well, day 1 I was walking around in my under-wackers. No, I'm joking. No. I was really busy while I was away once, so it was quite easy not to think too much because I was busy.
What did you do in the evenings when I wasn't? Because normally our evening routine is I'll cook dinner, we'll eat together, then we'll like watch a bit of telly, won't we? Then we try and get in a routine of reading in bed, but it doesn't go too
I
well.
don't know what I was doing now, but I was always busy. What was it? Did a fair bit of washing and cleaning and...
Yeah, you washed up. To be fair, I got home and he'd washed all of the clothes that had been in the washing basket. He'd washed them all.
Bedding.
And he'd done the fresh bedding, but he had made a crucial mistake, which wasn't ideal. He washed all the clothes, he hung them out,
Oh, they can be your argument.
but then he folded the clothes up while they were still damp. So when I went to my pile of clothes, like, oh yeah, I'm going to work, so I need my work outfit. I've got more than one work outfit, but I wanted that particular one. Felt the pile of clothes and I was like, oh, smelt them, I was like, ew. And they were all like stunk of damp and they were all a bit slightly moist. I was like, God's
when I put
sake.
them in there, they weren't damp in my defence.
How did it... Right.
But I put them in a room that is Amy's office that never gets the radiator turned on.
No, the reason is because it's not my office at the minute, because all the stuff out the garage is in there. So I can't get in there.
That's more the reasoning. But that could be your argument, but it wasn't really an argument.
No, I just text you like, Kyle, I've got to rewash the whole load of stuff because you've put it away
and it
damp.
wasn't all of the stuff that I'd washed, it was only like one load.
Well, it was my stuff, so it was probably your stuff too, but you probably didn't notice from wearing damp smelling clothes.
Oh no, I won't do that.
But you
I
asked.
smell of roses.
Ugh. Anyway, we'll move on to the Moan Minute. So every week we always have a Moan Minute where we can moan about anything we want to moan about. Because although, we like to be positive, it's actually really good for you to get your moans out, get what you're thinking out, then you always feel better afterwards. And us Brits, we love a moan. That's a stereotype, but I actually like a moan, to be honest. And sometimes a bit of a jokey moan. Yeah, I think it's good for you. I've already got my moan ready, Carl, so if you want to get...
I'm just...
Do you want me to go first?
You have to go first, because I'm trying to think.
Okay, I'll go first then.
Go on then.
Are you going to time me?
Ooh,
Got your timer
very
out?
serious business.
Yeah, we can only have 1 minute, so you got to, get your moan right and time it right. Hey. Well, if you didn't give me stuff to moan about, I won't moan about you. That's what I always say. You count me down.
3, 2, 1.
Right, my moan minute is basically slow walkers. Now, I'm sorry, I know this is a common problem, but when you're just somewhere and there's someone walking so slow in front of you. Yes, if it's an old person, that's fine. I give them the benefit of the doubt. They probably can't walk fast. But if it's a young person, middle-aged person, someone that can walk, they're able-bodied, they can walk fast. They're just not even, walking at a reasonable pace. They're walking like they're literally putting one tiny little step in front of the other. And I'm trying to go about my day. By the way, I can't see the timer, Kyle. He's trying to hold his phone up to me, but I can't see it. It's going off. Still can't see it. Anyway, it's fine. That's another moan, Kyle. Not doing things correctly. No, I'm joking. But you can't get past them, and I like to walk with purpose. I've got things to be doing. I've got things to be getting on with. I wish I could have a leisurely walk, but if I was, I wouldn't be getting in people's way. You're trying to get round one way, the other way. You can't get round them. It's just frustrating. Just everyone just walk a little bit faster. They should have slow lane, fast lane, like they do at the swimming pool. Slow walkers on the left, fast walkers on the right, on the pavement. I think that's my moan done. I feel good about it. Do you agree with that, Kyle?
I was too busy looking at the timer to think actually what you moan about. I think I zoned out with your moan now.
What did I moan about? You don't even know?
Yeah, something about slow walkers.
When people are walking really slow, doesn't it grind your gullet?
Not massively.
Just like...
I don't get as well. I know that's a really thing
I'm just
that
like,
you get annoyed at.
Move out the way.
For me, it's not something I get that annoyed about.
But I'm just like, every time... But I do walk quite fast.
Yeah.
And I don't walk with, maybe I should...
family are always in a rush.
I probably should slow down. And when I take Chester down the track, to be fair, I do try and walk a bit slower. But it's just like when you're in a crowded place and everyone's walking slow, and you just think, just get out of the blooming way.
Yeah,
Let me get in my way.
When you've got a confined area where to walk.
Yeah.
And the whole family decides to stand side by side.
Yeah.
Probably 5 abreast.
Or...
And you can't get past them. That does annoy me.
Yeah,
or just be a little bit considerate.
Or like people just, come out of a shop and just stand in the doorway chatting, and then you can't get round them. You're like, just move out the way. Be considerate.
Not so much the walking, but the one that gets me is when someone just all of a sudden just stops in front of you.
Yeah.
Like they're walking and they just stop.
Or like they're walking and they're on their phone. So they're like basically walk, like I walk the dog, like when I walk Chester every morning, I always try and do this thing because I read this research thing. It's good for you to like smile at people when you walk past and say good morning and stuff. And I get a bit awkward about it, but I try and challenge myself to do it because it's meant to be good for you. I like have a think about things that are good for you. So like when I take Chester on a walk, literally like 85% of the people that are coming the other way, they just head down on the phone. And like, if I don't move out the way, they'll basically just walk into me. So that annoys me too.
Can I just point out that was an extended moment?
Yeah, that's sorry, it's probably been like a moan.
Went on to more of a...
It's been a moan 5 minutes. Yeah. Right, it's your turn now, Kyle. Have you got one?
I've thought one, yeah.
Right, are you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
Something that does actually really grind my gears, excuse the pun, is farmers. And not so much farmers, because I like farmers, grew up in a rural area, is farmers making a mess of the roads and don't think it's like their duty to clean up the mess they've made. So you'll go down a road and it's just mud everywhere. Like, they don't own that road. Clean it. Please clean it, because what you're doing is making my bike, my car, whatever, dirty needlessly. It doesn't need to have big, massive clumps of mud on. The other day I went down this road and I heard the mud bounce on the underside of my van. And I just washed it on the Sunday. So I wasn't too impressed. So that is what really does upset me slightly. So, yeah. When I've cleaned my van, make sure those roads are clean. I appreciate what you're all doing. You're doing a great job. But stop leaving mud everywhere. No one likes it.
That was a good moan, to be fair, Kyle. I do agree with that. But I think also it's kind of hard for them to clean it up.
No, it's not. It's not.
Why?
It's the same as what you have to do on building sites. On building sites, it's part of the contracts that the ground workers, aka the people that dig all the footings, do all the ground work, they have to pay for a road sweeper to come in and clean up after them.
Blimey heck.
In order not to keep the roads a mess.
Right.
Which is fair. If they're making a mess and they're earning money from the mess they're making, clear it up.
Yeah,
it's
but
not their property.
The farmers can't afford that sort of thing.
Well, get a broom out then. I'm sorry, I know you're working long hours, but Well, I don't know.
Oh, no, we've got to support the farmers.
I'm a big fan of the farmers and I appreciate everything they do. But sometimes they are a bit more of a bit of a joke.
Well, hopefully just, if there's a nice rainstorm after. If we were farmers, Carl, there's no way we'd be going out cleaning the road, let's be honest.
Yeah, but you get attachments for your tractor that scrape the road.
Can you?
And a brush.
Yeah,
you
but
put
again...
a brush on your tractor that brushes the road.
But again, Carl, money, these poor farmers. Speaking of farmers, we've been watching that Jeremy Clarkson on the farm thing, haven't we? Quite like that. Although he doesn't like cyclists.
Yeah.
But we were thinking about doing a ride over there, weren't we, to go and visit the farm?
Yeah, I might, could wear a t-shirt saying, I love you, Jeremy.
Because I really like mushrooms, and on the programme it shows you to make these really big mushrooms. So I was thinking, get my panniers on my bike. How many, I think we looked at it, was like a 200k ride, wasn't it? 250k or something? Something like that.
We've done a ride that way before.
So we could ride there, get some mushrooms, camp out somewhere, camp out on one of Jeremy's fields, and then ride back. We should do that in the summer.
I love that programme.
Yeah.
I do have huge respect for farmers and what they're doing. Like, it's not an easy thing to be doing.
Well, if you say farmers leave a mess, you should see the mess in our porch. Actually, that's my argument of the week with you, Kyle.
That's my property.
I've swept the porch every single day. Every day. It's like, what, I don't know. Yeah, do you fill your pockets with rubble and empty them into the porch when you get home?
You've never built a house.
No, I've never built a house.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
If I did, I'd build it cleaner than you.
Maybe you come do a day's work with me and then see how much rubble you get.
What you need to do is, before you leave the building site, just like shake off a bit, like a dog.
Well, I've already thought the next work trousers I'm going to get on, I'm going to have those pockets on.
Like when we give Chester a bath and he shakes off. Just, before you get in your bag, just have a little shake off.
Do you want me to wear some nice tight jeans for work that don't collect rubble?
Not really.
Nice baggy blue jeans?
No, I don't like baggy blue jeans. That was one of the things I said when we first met, wasn't it?
Yeah, but now it's all in fashion. It's actually, it does actually look quite cool.
If they're the fashionable ones, but at the time they weren't fashionable.
Yeah.
I said one of my things was when I was younger, like if I went on a date with someone, if they wore baggy blue jeans, it was a no. Immediate no. Because it was skinny jeans in fashion, you see. Yeah. I was very shallow back then.
Yeah.
But luckily you didn't turn up in baggy blue jeans, so we were alright.
Yeah. She was shallow and I still got the nod of approval to that saying something.
You did? We had a first kiss in a car park. A little peck just before you got back in your car.
Into car park at the time for your...
In Derby. Yeah. It wasn't a proper kiss, it was just like his first date and then you just walked me back to my car and you had a quick peck. A little quick peck and then a...
Yeah, you got to be respectful.
Yeah.
I'm a respectful gentleman.
How old were we? I was like... Oh, I was 20. I was 19.
Was I 20?
You were 20. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Blimey.
Young love.
Yeah. I look younger now, though, don't I?
You what?
I look younger now.
Yeah.
I'm like a fine
You like to
wine.
think that.
Like a fine wine.
What, you mature with age?
No, I'm getting better with age.
You're definitely not matured.
No.
Not a cheese.
I've probably gone the other way.
You're a bit like a cheese in that you smell more now than you used to, because you don't...
Excuse me, I don't want to be compared to the smell of cheese.
I think when you get married, like, when you're in a long-term relationship, you obviously have, like, the honeymoon period, you wear well, for, like, women, like, I wear all my makeup, nice perfume, make sure I'm all shaved and nice. You get to a few years in...
She's got a moustache.
No, you get to a few years in, you just think, well, actually, I think it's really nice because you can just be completely yourself. Like, I don't feel like I have to, do my hair, do makeup. Like, you're just yourself, aren't you?
Mm.
So, it's good.
Yeah.
You're definitely yourself. You let everything hang loose.
I'm hugging an ape in bed now.
Hey, no, I do shave. I've actually just shaved my armpits in the shower. So, that's a treat for you.
I won't be getting prickled by them tonight.
Treat for you tonight, shaved armpits.
Usually I use them to keep me warm.
Hey! Well, I could plait your armpit hair, so if you want to get into that, you could do a trim in yours. Anywho, we'll move on to, because we're actually quite hungry, it's 7:15 in the PM, and I like to eat dinner at 7, so I'm sacrificing that tonight by doing this podcast. But we'll move on to what we've got coming up. So, obviously, Tour de France is the main aim this year, training for that, but next week, we're going to Italy for...
My favourite country. For Strada Bianchi.
Which I'm very excited about.
That is the epitome, that's literally like a bit of me. All over. I think I fell in love with those roads when we were there last time.
Yeah, we've been once before. We've never been to see Strada Bianchi. And basically we're going with CAMS, who are Cycling Accident Management Service. I'm basically like an ambassador for them because it's actually a really nice partnership because I was basically hit by a car like a few years ago when I was cycling. Was it like the year before last? I can't remember now. I try and block it out of my memory. And basically, they helped me. Like, I just went through them because I knew about them. They helped me with like getting a new bike, getting my injury claim sorted. And they're not one way you like pay for them monthly or anything like that. You literally just contact them if you're hit by a car and they just sort everything and you don't pay anything. I actually thought it was a scam at first. If you're a British cycling member, you get to keep 100% of your compensation claim. If you're not, I think you get 80% or something. Yeah. But literally, pay nothing. You just tell them what's happened and they literally sort everything out. Like I had physio. I sorted out my own physio, but it all got paid for. They sorted me out a new bike within a month. It was just really, really good.
Really quick and easy.
And they're lovely. And then like from that, they then like realised I had some followers and things on Instagram. And they said, do I want to be like an ambassador? And I was like, hell to the yes. And it basically just means that like I represent the brand and we get to go on like amazing trips. They invited me to Strada Bianchi, which I'm a bit nervous about because I get a bit nervous about gravel, but I was like, I can't turn it down. So I said, is it okay if my +1 comes, aka the main man Kyle? And they said, yeah, bring him along. So we're going together, so that'd be really nice.
And it's my sort of gravel. It's easy gravel.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the next thing. We're there for like 3 nights, I think. So that'll be nice. And this weekend we're doing another 200k Audax in Derbyshire. So is it Derbyshire? No, Lincolnshire. It starts from Derbyshire, it goes to Lincolnshire, doesn't it?
Well, is Alfreton actually Nottinghamshire?
Alfreton.
That's where it
I
starts.
thought it was Derbyshire, Alfreton.
Definitely on the border, isn't it?
I think it's Derbyshire.
Good, because that's where my family's originally from.
Let me Google it. Hey Siri, is Alfreton in Derbyshire? Oh. I can use ChatGPT to answer that. No, use the web please, mate. What's that mean? Alfreton is a town in England in the civil parish in the Amber Valley district of Derbyshire. No. So just in case anyone wanted to know that pointless little bit of information, you've learned some geography today.
It's very close to Nottinghamshire border then.
Don't ask me about geography, I'm awful at it.
No, I know that.
Yeah.
It's on the way to Mansfield as well.
Yeah, so that's our next thing, 200k on Saturday. Make sure we fuel up enough. And it's the first organised Audax of the year.
This is one that we've done twice before.
Yeah.
Albeit with different names.
Yeah, it's called the Alfreton Wicked. But it used to be called Rags to Roses because there was a cafe, but the cafe's closed down. So, yeah, so we're doing 200k Saturday. I've got my training for the rest of the week. It's Wednesday today. I've just done an interval session. Tomorrow I've got a run and a strength and conditioning training session. Friday I've got a 1.5 hour lactate threshold 1 development session, which is basically where my coach is trying to get me to be able to like ride a little bit faster over a longer period. So it's increasing the levels at which the lactate's produced, which my body can like clear lactate. Saturday's the 200k Audax, and then Sunday I'm doing a 50k girls social ride with my bike shop, so that'd be nice. Mm-hmm. And then new week, new training plan.
Garage duties.
And Kyle's building the garage this weekend. Well, after the Audax.
Saturday
you're riding. You were not allowed on the girls' ride, unfortunately, Kyle, sorry.
So I'll be leading the way on Saturday. Leading my granddad astray on the garage on Sunday.
Yeah, your granddad's helping you. Wait, does that mean you're going in the front on Saturday, are you?
No, I'm going to sit you on the front for the whole ride this time.
No.
Because I believe last year, I probably did far too much on the front.
Last year we had a tailwind out, and I went on the front a bit.
No, you're thinking of the 300 Stigmas.
Oh.
Well, yeah, it's a very similar ride.
Okay, well, I think stick you on the front, I'll be on the back. Sounds like a good deal to me.
I'll go front on the way.
Yeah, to be fair, I don't mind. I want to go on the front actually because I want to. When I do Tour de France, I'm not going to be having you there, am I? So, got to get used to those headwinds. Anyway, we're waffling now. We're going to go and cook dinner. So yeah, we'll see you next week where we'll have an update on our Audax. Actually, we won't have even been to Strada when we next do a podcast, so we still won't have been. No. We might have been, depends if we do a podcast or not.
Depends what time we have.
Yeah, because we do have limited time. So we always say we'll do the podcast every other week, and if we can, every week. So
it is semi-regular.
Semi-regular, yeah. So you'll either hear from us next week or the week after. But we're really, really grateful to everyone that listens. We hope that it can bring a little bit of help when we talk about the mental health stuff, and a little bit of inspiration when we talk about the cycling. We do have an email address, akapopdcast@outlook.com. So if you have a moan of the week, if you have an argument of the week, or anything you want us to talk about, email it in and we're happy to to read some things out, and we'll keep you anonymous if you want to be anonymous as well, if you have an argument or a moan that you want to share, or more importantly, any cycling adventures you've been on or any challenges you've overcome in your cycling or running or mental health, because we're happy to chat and share
and hearing about other people's stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
over.
So we can all inspire each other. How lovely. Anyway, I'm going to finish on a little mental health tip because that's what I like to do. So I heard in a podcast this week that's something that's really good for you to do. And I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of the psychologist, but to start your day by saying, today is going to be a great day. Even if you don't believe it, it's just a really good way to start your day. And if you've got children, I don't, I just have my dog and he can't talk back to me. But at breakfast or when you're getting ready, ask them, why is today going to be a great day for you? And just get that into your little routine. And then at the end of the day, when you're lying in bed going to sleep, list off the reasons why your day was great, even if it's not been a good day. There's always something good you can find. So yeah, we'll leave you on that. Thank you so much for listening. TT's the FN. Ta-ta for now. Goodbye.
Au revoir.